Hi everyone and welcome to our TNT. It's the last day of the working week, Friday the 22nd of September. Great to have you with us. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, hope you're okay. Now, we're going to be starting today's program with a set of updates on previous stories. Then, we've just got a whole potpourri. Tomorrow's live program will be at 7 a.m. Thai time, not the usual 9 a.m. So 7 a.m. Thai time for the live program tomorrow. I'll put a link up in my community page if people want to. We'll sort of get together with a few early topics or questions that I can have a think about. So I can give some intelligent answers. It's pretty hard to do it, reading all the comments and trying to think of something intelligent to say during the program. But anyway, it's good fun. So bring one of these with you, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. in the morning. But we'll start our updates today with this story. Update. Production. And we go to the patianews.com update. 6 police officers allegedly helping suspects in highway police murder detained at the Bangkok Remand Centre. And the commander of the CSD says that 6 police suspects who allegedly helped the sub-district headman Kamnan Nok in the murder case were transferred from the Samut Songkhram Central Prison to the Bangkok Remand Prison with full security during the transfer. And the Major said the public had been curious if these 6 suspected police officers are being detained in the same area as Kamnan Nok, as they're in the same prison. But the Major explained that they're not in the same area and they do not have any chance to meet, nor will they be allowed to do so. That's the latest in that case. To our next update. Sure if I'm going to get used to this. Anyway, from cowsodenglish.com, we got the Thai Navy chief propose, I think they need an extra S there, Chinese submarine engines instead of German. And one of the most challenging projects for the new Prime Minister is the submarine procurement project. And yesterday, the Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Thai Navy said that the Army will propose to the government to install Chinese engines, that's the CHD 620, to replace the German ones. Now, just very quickly, the previous Thai government ordered 2 of these Yuan-class Chinese submarines. They were meant to have German diesel engines, but because of an EU decision about any EU countries lending military hardware to China, they couldn't provide those engines. But he said that after testing the Chinese CHD 620 engines, he considers them comparable to the German engines in terms of safety and operational data. In addition, China would provide an extended warranty from the original 2 years to 8 years. A bit like they have with the Chinese electric cars currently available in Thailand. They all have these extended warranties, 7 or 8 years on the car and the batteries. He stressed the need for submarines for Thailand's Navy strategy and regional security, despite public opposition. And originally, delivery of the first submarine was expected to be this year, but construction on the submarine ground to a halt last year when Germany's MTU company did not supply its cutting-edge diesel engines to CSOC, that's the builders of the submarine, for installation in the Thai submarine due to a European Union government embargo on the sale of military items to China. So Thailand's diverse marine life is just going to have to fend for itself for, another couple of years before that submarine arrives. Of course, the Thai cabinet might just put a big red cross through the whole project, despite the recommendations from the Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Thai Navy. Time for our next update. Yes, you're going to get used to it. Now we go to Phuket-go.com, and Thai PM sees a role for Thaksin when he gets out of jail. And it's thought that January will be when he gets out of jail in accordance with the parole rules. Anyway, that's another matter. Yes, you heard it right. In a recent interview at the UN General Assembly in New York, Thailand's new Prime Minister, Srettha Thaksin, indicated his willingness to involve the former Prime Minister, then fugitive, now inmate, Thaksin Shinawatra, in the government once he's released from prison. He said, "I believe he has value to add to the government and to the people of Thailand." Let's check on some more reporting on this topic, and we go to nationthailand.com. Srettha says Thaksin still has a lot to offer his government and the country. He also pointed to the ex-leader's huge popularity, and Srettha said he was, and probably still is, the most popular Prime Minister in the history of Thai politics. So there's the challenge. The best Prime Minister in Thai history? You've got the comments section ahead, and you can tell us who you think is the best Thai Prime Minister in Thailand's history, if not Thaksin Shinawatra. And Srettha went on, obviously that comes with good reason. If he becomes free, it would be unwise of me not to seek his opinion and that of other Prime Ministers as well. And the article says that Srettha's win was credited to huge support from the Senate in an arrangement widely seen as part of a deal between Thaksin and the royalist pro-military establishment. And the ex-premier recently saw his 8-year jail term reduced to just 1 year due to a royal pardon. His family is looking at the possibility of securing his early release on parole, possibly in February. January, February, depends which particular publication you read. Anyway, that's the latest on that story. To our next update. And Thai PBS World reports that the Transport Minister vows to press ahead with the Land Bridge mega project. Now, out of all the remnants from the previous government, this land project is by far the most expensive and would be the biggest challenge for the government to push ahead with. The Transport Ministry will press ahead, it says, with the Land Bridge project to link a deep seaport in Ranong on the west coast with a deep seaport in Chumpon on the east coast by rail and motorway systems to facilitate goods shipments to destinations beyond Thailand without going through the Straits of Malacca. So the debate in the past has been whether it should be this land bridge concept or whether it should be a canal, a bit like the Panama Canal. And the idea is it would just cut through the middle of the Isthmus of Kra, there in the middle of Thailand, and the red line shows the quicker route for sea transport rather than going all the way down there to Singapore, down the Straits of Malacca. And it's said to save a couple of days, which of course would be a huge saving for shipping companies. Now, the idea of the canal seems to have been sidelined, and they're onto this land bridge concept at the moment. The Transport Minister says it would cost about 1 trillion baht, and the Prayut administration had decided that the project will be entirely private sector funded, while the government will provide land for the 2 deep seaports and for the road and rail routes. I just don't think that this is going to be going ahead anytime soon. I think in the next couple of months somebody will pull out the old files on the Kra Canal and recommend that that's a better idea, and the government will fund some sort of study into that, and it'll just drag on for another decade. Happy to report another beautiful day of weather here on the island of Phuket. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, 5 Star Marine. We're here at their Boat Lagoon headquarters in Phuket, and they'll take you out on a charter bespoke VIP tour onto any of the islands in Phang Bay. And apart from the link in the description, you've also got this link here. You can type that into your Google machine, and please support my sponsor, 5 Star Marine. Now moving on to some more comments made by the new Prime Minister during his trip to the UN in New York. And Calsod English on their Facebook page broke this news, says that PM Srettha Thavisin yesterday told Bloomberg TV within 6 months the law will be amended and sale of cannabis will be restricted for medical purposes only. So the Prime Minister's been saying this both before the election and since the election. The big question for everybody is what's going to happen with all the retail stores dotted around the country. ThaiPBSWorld.com reports the Thai PM says use of cannabis must be regulated within 6 months. And during his interview with Bloomberg, the Prime Minister said that since cannabis was decriminalised in Thailand last year by removing it from the Category 5 drugs list, it's become the first country in Asia where cannabis is available for medical as well as recreational purposes, resulting in the rapid growth of retail outlets offering cannabis and its extracts over the counter. But he claimed there's a broad agreement among the 11 coalition partners that the use of cannabis and its extracts must be restricted to medical use. Meanwhile, the new Public Health Minister, Cholnan, said that the Phumjai Thai Party can resubmit its cannabis bill to Parliament for consideration. He said even though cannabis has been removed from the Category 5 drugs list, it's still regarded as a narcotic. He stressed the need for the Cannabis Act to be amended to restrict its use to medical purposes, adding that the cultivation of cannabis plants should also be curtailed, especially the right of each household to grow up to 15 plants in their backyard. So this really shouldn't be any surprise to anybody given the manifestos of many of the parties before the election and some recent comments from the new Thai Prime Minister. Let's check how it's being reported overseas. We go to the Straits Times, understanding that this is from a Singaporean publication and they have a very draconian approach to drugs in Singapore. And it says Thailand's Prime Minister vows to end free use of cannabis in 6 months. He says it needs to be rectified. We can have that regulated for medical use only, adding that there cannot be a middle ground for recreational use. And further down, his Per-Thai party promoted a hard-line anti-drug campaign ahead of the May election and vowed to undo the landmark policy that decriminalises cannabis. And an ongoing regulatory vacuum following the move to declassify marijuana as a narcotic has led to the mushrooming of nearly 6,000 dispensaries all over Thailand. And a spokesperson from the Phuket Cannabis Association said, "More regulation will be good as we don't want a free-for-all anyway. Cannabis is here to stay, but in what status is not yet clear." Well, I think given the Prime Minister's comments over recent weeks and his comments in this Bloomberg interview, the status is abundantly clear. And the Straits Times story goes on, Mr. Srettha's government has vowed to eradicate drugs from Thai society, with the Prime Minister saying he will decisively reduce the menace within a year, while presiding over an event to destroy narcotics that were confiscated by the authorities earlier this week. And that event just before he jumped on a plane and made his way to New York. Now, tomorrow's program, make sure you've got one of these, it will be at 7 a.m. Thai time, a live program, just with you and me. So what else has the Prime Minister been doing in New York? Well, Thai PBS World reports it's time for the US to do more business in Thailand. This is quoting the Thai Prime Minister. This Thai government's top priority is to re-energise Thailand's competitiveness and position as a leading investment destination, an engine of growth in the region, and as a place where people can equally enjoy a quality life. So it's pretty clear this new Prime Minister is putting a strong business theme on the new government, which is quite different from the previous government in Thailand. And he noted that bilateral trade has rebounded robustly regardless of the global pandemic, exceeding $65 billion last year, with the US reclaiming its position as Thailand's second largest trading partner for the first time in 15 years. And he told that meeting, now is the time for you to do more business in Thailand. Now, amongst all this, we've been talking about the Thai baht and how it's been sliding in recent times compared to the US dollar. And BangkokPost.com reporting the baht expected to continue its slide. And economists are warning the baht will weaken further throughout this month and next because of higher volatility in money and capital markets worldwide after the US Federal Reserve's hawkish comments about its benchmark interest rates. And the baht may depreciate more than previously estimated and could remain weaker longer following the Fed statement, that's the US Fed, which is supported by the trend of maintaining high interest rates for a prolonged period, and that according to a Krung Thai spokesperson. And the baht could also face pressure from sales of Thai assets by foreign investors as the financial markets remain in a risk-off state, with a rebound unlikely in the short term. So let's just see what's been happening over the past month and in recent days. This from xe.com. And the graph shows that gradual decline over the past month. Yes, I can see the graph is going up, but it's actually showing that you can buy more baht to the US dollar. But just in the last week, sort of been bouncing up and down just around that 36 to 36.3 region, and currently it's at 36.1267. Well, that's what it was at 8 a.m. here in Thailand this morning. Anyway, let's end with at least a positive story, and The Caterer. TheCaterer.com reporting Gordon Ramsay's restaurant signed deal to expand into Thailand. Much of what I know about Gordon Ramsay, he spends a lot of his time yelling at contestants in reality TV shows. I imagine he's quite a good cook. Let's see what he's doing. Gordon Ramsay is set to open 14 restaurants in Thailand after signing a deal with the lifestyle company behind jewellery brand Pandora. And the Chef's Group, which runs 37 UK restaurants and 35 sites worldwide. He's also got 4 sites in South Korea and 2 in Malaysia. And the Tanah Shira partnership will see the opening of 2 restaurants in Bangkok's M-Sphere Mall, a luxury shopping destination set to launch in December. I used to walk past that just about every day, just along Sukhumvit Road. And a bread street kitchen and bar will open on the ground floor, and street pizza, the fast-growing casual concept, will open on the first floor, and a further 12 restaurants in Thailand will open in the coming years. Or perhaps they'd like to open one along Turtle Beach. That'd be nice to visit from time to time. I'm thinking not. Anyway, thank you for joining us on today's program. Friday, last day of the workday week. We've got our live program tomorrow at 7 a.m. and Grumpy Old Men on Sunday. Steve off to Cambodia next week, so we'll find out about his travels. Thanks for watching today. I look forward to reading your comments, and we'll see you next time.